let's get updates from Rome.
We have with us Father Earl Tan, student priest of Pontificio Colegio Filipino in Rome on Zoom. Father, good morning.
From the Philippines.
From the Philippines, of course.
Good morning from the Eternal City, from Rome, Angelo and Angela, and happy Labor Day.
Yes, that's right, Father. Let's get right to it, Father. Of course, we all know we are in the period of mourning and in transition towards the conclave. So what is the mood now that things are starting to settle down?
Well, since this is the church, so we continue saying the masses for the repose of the soul of Pope Francis, and today we're in the 5th day, and it will end on Sunday, since according to the rules of the church, after the funeral will be the first day of mourning up to 9 days. So we continue praying for the repose of Pope Francis, and well, of course, for the Universal Church.
Do you have also an update there? I'm sure we're also, informed that the conclave there, the cardinals there have vowed for silence, but do we have any updates on what's happening there?
Well, yes, they have vowed for, well, particularly for secrecy regarding the things that they're talking about, in preparation for the conclave. So this pre-conclave meetings or pre-conclave congregations helps the cardinals to set the mood. What are the present concerns of the church? A little bit of an evaluation of how the church was during the time of Pope Francis, and how would the church move forward after the death of Pope Francis.
Yes, well, Father, of course, alam ko naman we're still miles away from the conclave, and but I'm sure among even on the Catholic faithful and the other priests, there are discussions of how you think ano yung kulang paggawin dapat natin sa church para palakasin pa natin ang Catholic faithful?
Well, kung tatanungin natin kung ano yung kulang, medyo malawak yan. Kasi imagine, 133 electors for 1.4 billion Catholics, Kaya diverse yan. Diverse kasi iba-iba yung situation natin, ibang situation ng Filipino Catholics, iba yung situation sa China, iba yung situation sa US, iba yung situation sa Europe, So medyo malawak yan kasi iba-iba yung sitwasyon natin. Kaya napakahalaga nitong pre-conclave congregations na tatawag, or pre-conclave meetings, para makita, Kaya mahalaga yung mga cardinals na, well, isa sa kanila, eventually, possibly, magiging pope, makinig talaga doon sa mga pinag-uusapan. Kasi things will matter pag naging pope yung isang
I understand, Father, that the church is very similar to world politics in a way. But kasi ang daming issues, could you imagine all your cardinal electors are representing different regions with different needs? Kasi you have the third world country, you have first world countries, diba? But at the end of the day, let's put all aside, Father, yung race and regionality natin. And let's talk about, it's one issue that you think would bring the Catholic Church closer to everyone. And if they were to ask you, what would it be? What one issue, positive issue or a suggestion, what would it be?
Well, it's about the kingdom of God. Beyond the politics and the temporal concerns, the church is seeking to go towards heaven.
Right.
So the establishment of God's kingdom here on earth is, I guess, one of the most important, that Christ be known and all come to the knowledge of truth.
That's right, that's right.
Siguro, Father, enlighten us na lang po dun sa duties and responsibilities po ngayon ni Cardinal Tagle as part of the, yung mag-a-assist po sa Carmelengo while in the process po ng conclave.
Okay, so actually yung duties na nabanggit nyo, tatlo sila na napili by it's just to assist the Camerlengo for the things that kailangan mag-run before the conclave.
So more actually, on like 3 days lang yun. Duties.
So after 3 days, they will select another one. So yan ay less of the the simple things ng pagpapatakbo. Kasi syempre, bagamat namatay ang Pope, then yung mga co-terminus niya, wala. Like for example, Cardinal Tagle as the prefect of the propaganda FIDE. So
Yes.
nawala yun, no? Nawala yun ngayon. So lahat ng mga may position, maliban sa Camerlengo. So nag-a-assist lang sila sa ibang mga bagay na kailangang magpatuloy sa pagtakbo ng Vatican. And it's only for 3 days. So after nun, mag-select ulit sila ng bago na mga cardinals ba handpick to assist the Camerlengo.
Pero Father,
Ganun pala yun.
sorry Father, I'd like to ask na
Yeah.
ko. Pag nag-conclave na kasi, for example, are any of the cardinals allowed to serve a position while they're in conclave? Or kailangan galing sa non-electors ang magsaserve? For example,
kasi ang magiging obligations ng mga cardinals pagdating ng conclave is to elect the new Bishop of Rome.
Yeah.
No? So, yun yung basically, yun yung concern nila na gagawin. So, well, dun sa process ng election, kung babasahin natin yung Universi Dominici Gregis na available naman no, sa internet,
Opo.
ang makikita lang doon na may functions ay yung magbabasa ng ballots, no? Na handpick din yan after a certain number of ballots. To check, no, to read sino tong mga binoto ng mga cardinals. So basically yun yung magiging task talaga ng mga cardinals at kung may appoint na sa certain functions. Yes.
So, in the meantime, Father, habang nagka-conclave sila, kasi we don't know how long it would take, no? Yung Camerlengo talaga will just be the one to hold the fort.
Yeah.
Yes. Actually, the Camerlengo with the College of Cardinals.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
O nga. Isa pa daw po na noteworthy, no, na significance na naiwan or nagawa ni Pope Francis is yung he made priority of appointing cardinals in the countries na wala pa before, such as Haiti, Rwanda, Myanmar, and that's the reason why daw medyo matatagalan daw po yung conclave dahil hindi pa magkakilala talaga yung mga cardinals. My question is, how significant is this, no, moving forward, na by doing this, do you think na mangyayari din ito in the future, na magtutuloy-tuloy itong sinasabi na inclusivity na iniwan sa atin ni Pope Francis?
Yeah. Hopefully, we're praying na magpatuloy yan. At saka ito yung role talaga ng yung pre-conclave congregations, no, para magkakilala sila na yung atmosphere maging alam mo yon, yung talagang brotherly.
Yeah.
And actually it's not nothing kumbaga sabihin natin strange sa mukha ng simbahan pero mas na-highlight ngayon yung inclusivity from like the traditional point na more of the Eurocentric kind of church na ngayon mas nabibigyan ng priority lahat talaga, lalo na yung mga nasa periphery ng simbahan.
Well, Father, usually kasi during when something, an event happens in the world, the church usually adds special prayers that are added to the Mass, no? Now, when the conclave begins, meron bang na-task sa mga priests sa inyo po, Father, na may dagdag na prayers to pray for the cardinals in the conclave?
Yeah, well, Angelo, if you're familiar, no, in the Mass, no, we have these prayers of the faithful after the homily. Actually, nagsimula na yan, no, na una yung for Pope Francis, then to add up, no, for the College of Cardinals. Then actually, bago yung sa first day, sa May 7, meron tayong tinatawag na Misa Pro Eligendo Romano Pontifice. No? So, Mass for the election of the Roman Pontiff.
Okay.
So, mangyayari yun sa umaga sa St. Peter's, then sa hapon, magkakaroon ng first ballot. No?
Okay.
Mapapanood natin yan sa live stream. No? At i-encourage din dun sa document ni Pope John Paul II dun sa Universi Dominici Gregis na yung mga cardinals na non-electors na, mga lampas na ng 80 years old, na sana mag-participate sila sa mga prayers, sa mga basilicas o archbasilicas na may prayers o nag-gather ang mga faithful. So talagang it's also time to pray for the church. After all, we are electing not just a political leader, no? Hindi lang ganun but the Bishop of Rome, no?
Oo.
Yeah.
Ako naman, Father, I wanna ask po yung Filipino community there. Kamusta po sila? And we all know naman, ang mga Pilipino, gaano po sila kalapit po no, sa, kay Pope Francis. Kamusta po sila dyan ngayon?
Angela, yung katulad ng mga kababayan natin sa Pilipinas ay patuloy sila sa paglaban sa buhay, sa pagtatrabaho, sa ordinaryong, sa mga ordinaryong araw at nagsusumikap maging mabuting Kristiyano, no? So, syempre, excited din, no? Excited din, no, sa kung sinong magiging bagong successor ni Saint Peter, magiging bagong Santo Papa, ay in-encourage natin ang bawat isa na talagang ipagdasal, no,
Yeah.
kung ano ang kalooban ng Diyos.
Father, I understand from now until the end of the conclave, we're supposed to expect an influx of tourists from different parts of the world. Now, I've stayed in the Colegio Filipino when I was younger. Is the Colegio still open to Filipino travelers who want to visit the area where the conclave will be? Is it open for them to stay in?
Actually, the Pontificio Colegio Filipino is now a residence talaga for solely for priests, no, for priests.
Okay.
So yeah. So there will be, may mga accommodations pa rin naman sa ibang lugar. Pero for visits, no, like to attend mass or
Pwede.
to just visit our Philippine college, well, it's always open since it's our home here in Rome.
Lastly, Father, I was wondering, can I ask how long have you been there in
Yeah,
Rome? And kung meron din po kayong mga, kumbaga, personal encounters with the Pope before?
Yeah. So si Father Earl, well, I'm a priest from Cavite, from the Diocese of Imus. No, I'm from Silang, Cavite. I was just ordained last November 30, 2023. After 7 months, my bishop asked me, Bishop Ray Evangelista, to study here in Rome. So bagong-bago pa lang ako, 8 months pa lang. At ang biruan nga namin, no parlo bene Italiano. No? So hindi pa ako magaling magsalita ng Italian. So, yung sa encounters as regards Pope Francis, well, naka-attend ako nung ilang mga public masses niya. I was able to celebrate, to assist in giving Holy Communion sa mga nagsisimba. So, masayang karanasan yon kasi syempre, andito na rin tayo sa Rome.
Right.
Maganda na na-experience ko yung mga bagay na. So, talagang privilege na maranasan yung mga ganong bagay. Yeah.
All right. With that, thank you very much for your time, Father Earl Tan, student priest of Pontificio Colegio Filipino.